chapter 40. Now, if that sounds like a description of stoic acceptance, too good to be true, it's because it is. There were moments when I experienced what can only be described as sheer panic. There is simply no way to fully prepare yourself to lose someone so essential to you. And to help me manage my fear, I asked my sister Jen to come stay with us. And Jen was a great help as a caregiver, but even more so as a comforter just by virtue of her presence. Michelle and I still had our precious alone time from late evening when the girls left and Jen went to bed until morning when Jen would wake up and the girls would return. During these hours, we would speak and share our thoughts freely without concern of being misunderstood. Understanding between us being instinctual, effortless. It was on one of our precious nights alone that Michelle would make what is probably the most profound observation that I've ever heard in my life. Around 1 a.m. as we began to doze off, Michelle's face suddenly got serious, as if she was pondering a great question. She said, "What is public?" And confused, I remained quiet, but I shifted to my side to better engage her. I wasn't sure where she was going with her train of thought, but before I could even formulate a question, she followed with, "What is private?" Now at this, my ears perked up. She had my full attention. I could see her wheels turning, deep in thought. And although I didn't quite follow her, I instinctively knew to remain quiet and let her finish. After a long pause, and with her eyes focused somewhere far in the distance, a serious look on her face, in a voice of quiet reverence, so soft that I almost missed it, she asked, "What is sacred?" Now, I always admired my wife's quick wit and intelligence, but it was not like her to wax philosophically. Impressed, I said, "Wow, baby, that's deep." "I don't know, tell me." Michelle turned her head to look at me. Sleepily, and with an amused hint of mischief in her eyes, she replied, "I'll tell you later." And then she proceeded to fall fast asleep. And I laugh now, just as I laughed then when she said it, because if that doesn't say Michelle, I don't know what does. Couldn't pass up an opportunity to crack a joke, even at her most profound. As she dozed off, I lay there, pondering her words. What is public? What is private? What is sacred? To an outside observer, that could mean anything. But being as close as we are, I believe I know exactly what she meant by it. What is public? What belongs to everybody? What is private? What belongs to you and you alone? What is sacred? What belongs to God? Now imagine lying in bed in your own home, surrounded by the material possessions you worked hard for your whole life, and realizing none of it really belongs to you. You only borrowed it for a little while. Even your own body doesn't belong to you, and it too must be left behind for others to care for when we die. All that truly goes with us is that which is sacred and belongs to God, our soul. And only that which the soul can carry can it also keep. Kindness, joy, empathy, love. These are the type of treasured possessions we should be accumulating because they are the only things we're going to leave here with. As she faced the imminent reality of her impending death and was forced to contemplate her own mortality in real and non-abstract terms, Michelle saw this with great clarity. And she shared it with a simple and profound truth, and with an elegance that only comes with the greatest of insight. What is public? What is private? What is sacred?